Amy Hennig is the lead writer and director for the Legacy of Kain series. The Legacy of Kain is probably one of her better known projects, but she's been around since the 80s. She's also gained notoriety for working on the Uncharted series with Naughty Dog. She left Naughty Dog in March of 2014, and now it looks like she's joined Visceral Games to help produce Star Wars games. Amy herself is on record as saying that she likes to work more on the creative aspects of writing, rather than on performing the graphics or whatever. For example, during the production of The Legacy of Kain, Amy would encourage the artists to make their own background stuff, and if it was interesting, they might use it and flesh it out. This has led to a few notable red herrings, such as Vorador's mysterious woman, portraits of whom are found throughout his mansion. This character doesn't really have any story, but the option was there to flesh her out if they wanted. I do agree with the perspective that we focus too much on graphics in this generation of gaming, but I kinda wonder, as a game director, does that cause problems for Amy? It seems like they focus on graphics a lot because they're way easier to sell. You can put that stuff in the commercials. You say, look at our big explosion and the set piece we designed for the cutscene to put in the commercial. Boom! Explosion! We actually cut this part, but it's still going in the commercial. On the other hand, how do you advertise that your game has a lot of open-ended options in case you want to do sequels? Knowing that set pieces are designed with a lot of uncertain lore in mind is kinda not really a selling point. Not until you know you'll love the series. It worked out wonderfully for the Legacy of Kain, which is full of intrigue and betrayals and conspiracies, but there's probably a lot of push and pull when millions of dollars are on the line. That said, Star Wars is a really big kind of franchise with a lot of stuff to explore, and tons of options for adventure and mystery. I will point out that Visceral Games is owned by EA, and I will say that I don't look forward to that because EA, but if Amy is working on it, they might be able to come up with some really interesting stuff, and I do look forward to seeing what they do. They may come out with something really great, and everyone would love it, except for EA will, add a whole ton of DRM on there that will ruin the sales. Also, it won't be available on Steam, it'll only be on Origin, which will be frustrating. Still. Oh god, what if they need an always-on connection? It's like someone sold a really good writer to EA. No, wait, that's exactly what it is! Oh well, I hope it turns out good. Anyway, let's get back to our game.
Hello, my name is Taylor.
And my name is Ray.
And it is I who is Peyton. Yes.
And we are recreating cutscenes.
As I approached the mysterious tube of darkness, the Reaver took over. It yanked at my arm like an impatient dog at the leash. The more I fought the Reaver, the harder it pulled. I wasn't sure if the Reaver was supposed to go all the way down in the hole, and I was understandably worried. My involuntary squatting position felt awkward, and I was thankful no one could see me. The Reaver then yanked me into the air, popping my arm out of the socket. The tremendous force with which this occurred led me to believe that I was not intended to be attached while this happened. Then, as abruptly as it began, I was released. Whatever was happening was over, and the arm sword was purple. What this meant I didn't know, but I could only interpret that I, because I was related to the Reaver, was the center of everything.
And so we gain the elemental power of purple.
Purple makes our health swirly bigger, yes.
It's like Enzite, but for health swirlies, and it actually works.
There used to be a lot of commercials for Enzite, then they just stopped. Whatever happened to that stuff?
I think they got sued for false advertising. Then they had to say their drug does something else.
What did they say it does now?
Takes your money away, I guess? On my way here, I had passed a number of basins and assumed that they were just garbage bins. It seemed now I was only partially correct. Although they remained as superior receptacles for cigarette butts and gum wrappers, these mysterious fonts held a dual purpose. They were also a rich source of whatever this purple stuff was. There was some kind of pattern here at work. I just knew it. In the actual game, he stumbles into one of these things and goes, "Oh, I know what this is. Allow me to explain out loud, though."
You gotta direct the player to his tools.
How does the ancient race know where to put the basins? Yes.
I don't know. That always bugged me too when I played this game. There was an image of an eyeball, with the Reaver stabbing through it. It probably represented blindness, and thereby darkness, and was somehow associated to purple. Or maybe it was supposed to be an eclipse. I wasn't sure. It might have been some kind of cultural thing, like a symbol back then that people would have recognized. Like some kind of market brand or something, like whoever made this door, this is their trademark. I decided to just jam the arm sword in the hole.
And today we learn why being a historian requires some kind of education.
From what I've read about actual history and archaeology, this is about how it goes. You just stumble into stuff and say, I don't know what this is. It could even have some kind of important guy's name on it, like it could say Darius, but is that Darius the 1st, 3rd, 4th? Was it just some random guy named Darius? You don't know.
I remember there was the History Channel special where they said they found the tomb of Jesus. Yes, because his name was on it.
Psh, Half of everyone was named Jesus back then. That's like finding a coffee mug that says Best Dad and going, "Oh my god, we found a mug of the best dad, the man written of in the history books."
I guess that's why you don't find a whole lot of historical writings about those people. At the time of their lives, they weren't deemed as important.
Even major leaders got left in the dust. Everyone knows about Hannibal, but Rome actually had a bunch of enemies that we know next to nothing about.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
Sir, do you happen to know why I've stopped you outside of this temple?
Not really, no.
You don't know why I've stopped you outside of the Circle Solar Kamaluja? The temple.
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Sir, that temple has a very strict policy. You're only supposed to enter when you have the Reaver, and you don't have the Reaver. So can you tell me your name and tell me what it is that you're doing?
Are you Vorador?
I asked for your name, please.
It's Raziel, and you don't have to grill me.
Raziel, like the Seraphim Inquisitor Raziel. I'm not grilling you.
Would you stop pacing around me and acting like I did something wrong?
Did you do something wrong?
No.
Funny, because you came from the Seraphim Stronghold. Does that sound right to you?
No. I mean, yes, I came from there, but I'm not with them.
Well, Raziel, that temple is meant to be accessed by a singular individual. Are you him?
I have no idea. Seriously, I don't know.
You're going to save Nosgoth? Wilkelufenwaffen? Does it ring a bell?
I don't know what you are saying to me.
Riehenvestrasse?
Stop, you're not helping.
You don't speak the language? You don't have any innards? Who are you?
I think you could call me Sally the Moose for all it's gonna satisfy you. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, you idiot. You're either Nosgoth's savior, or you're its destroyer, but you're a little bit late if you're the savior. If you're the destroyer, I'd like to ask you to hurry up, because you are too slow.
Well, what if I'm the savior?
Then you are too slow. The fool are dead, and there's nothing worth redeeming.
Aw, that's not true. There's like puppies and stuff.
You're joking on the day that the pillars turned black. As if I didn't have enough to be stressed out about. Humanity has doomed us, they've doomed themselves, just let them take the world.
How come nobody ever faces me when I'm talking to them?
Hundreds of years I've been guarding the ruins of an old dead race, and this is what it drops on me. What a funny joke, my old mentors, what a bang-up comedy crew you were. You're probably laughing at me from your graves right now. Vorador is green. Vorador doesn't have wings. Well, I'm looking at your champion right now, and guess who's laughing?
Hey, I'm still back here. Oh, come on, Vorador. It's not like, you know, things are gonna get...
Nobody is laughing. Do you know why? Because they're all dead. Everyone I know is dead. So whether you're here to save Nosgoth or to redeem it or whatever, it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, well, what was I supposed to do before everyone was dead?
Before everyone was dead, you were supposed to go and seek mentorship from Janos Aldrin. But good luck with that. He died 500 years ago.
Vorador didn't really tell me much. I'd already thought of myself as the savior of Nosgoth, of sorts. Killing Cain was obviously the best thing that could happen to anyone, but I had never thought of myself as the prophesied champion. But if mine was a journey of prophecy, I knew exactly where to go to find a time streamer. Mobius would help me find the answers one way or the other.
Vorador seemed very depressed. Yes.
Well, this is the century that Vorador dies. Plus, you also gotta think that Raziel's like the Messiah, but the religion that worshipped him is dead.
Man, I don't even know what that would be like. Wouldn't that be just fitting for the world, though?
What is?
Well, imagine the world is crap and everyone is dying, and you have this prophecy that some guy's gonna show up and fix all the problems. But then due to life just being unfair, he shows up after everyone is dead.
Raziel is like the TV repairman of prophecy. He only shows up on the weekdays and during limited hours, and if you are not there, your race is doomed. Yes.
Oh yeah, he's got that thing going for him where he has a monopoly on world salvation. No one else is competing with him for it, so, you know, consumer satisfaction be darned.
You'd think that world salvation might be one of those things, though, where Raziel is also one of the consumers.
No, yes, because then you must wake up in the morning early and you have to skip your breakfast.
Yeah, Taylor, I mean, come on, the guy's saving the whole world. You want him to skip lunch?
I don't know, Ray and Peyton, maybe when it's prudent to do so.
Breakfast is one thing, but when is it prudent to skip lunch?
I skip lunch when I'm busy.
Well, you shouldn't do that. It's not healthy. Besides, think about in any video game. When do they not provide a minigame? When do they force you to just hurry along and save the world? Never. They never make you do that, because you are always the chosen one. Emphasis on one. You save the world on your own good time.
Okay, that's in a video game, but in real life...
In real life, you came over, and you hung out all day, right? And you had some garbage, and then you went to our garbage can and it was full, so you just put the garbage on top of the lid, right? Instead of taking out the garbage. And then I waited for you because I didn't want to pick up the garbage on the top of the lid and then have to, like, by hand put it into another bag. And then you stacked more garbage on top, and now there's like a mountain of garbage sitting on top of the garbage can.
That was Taylor? I thought that was you. Yes.
Well, it's not really a fair comparison, because taking out the garbage is not the same as saving the world.
Yeah, but don't you think that if there were a chosen one, that very frustrating kind of human psychology might come into play?
Maybe not with the chosen one, that's why he's the chosen one.
Oh, hello again, Raziel.
Hello again, Elder Squid. Hey, do you think you could tell me what's going on with me and this prophecy stuff?
I'm pretty sure I already told you. It's all lies. Honestly.
Yeah, but what is there to know about
Hush,
it?
hush, 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 hush. They're children's stories, Raziel. I thought you were better than that.
They are children's stories about me.
They are fictional stories about someone who uses the Reaver to open doors. Not a difficult task, given that the Reaver is a key. They are not stories about you or anyone in particular.
Oh, I guess that's pretty logical.
Oh, sorry. What I meant to say was, don't look any further into this. Go back to doing my bids, or taking my bids, or bidding my wills, or bidding farewell, or whatever it is that you're doing for me.
You don't want me to know this secret!
Go kill Cain, Raziel.
You would think that ordering Raziel like the errand boy would make him behave in ways you didn't want. Yes.
Unless you're using reverse psychology.
Or maybe they just like to frustrate Raziel.
Maybe, but doesn't that seem a bit self-defeating?
They're omniscient, they can do whatever they want. Anyway, this is gonna cut us just a little bit short, but I think here's a good place to stop.
Aw.
I know, but it's only retracing some ground. Thanks for playing with this, everybody.